And that's what we'll do, because Astralis will start out defensively against 100 Thieves. Remember as well, when the bomb falls off the map, it resets to T-spawn.
And I'm sure we'll see a few players falling off the ledge. It normally happens once a game. It's always a bit exciting as we get into it. The first map of our best-of-5 grand final here at IEM Shanghai. Oh, Beijing, I should say, not Shanghai. And we'll see who will be taking the pistol round here. Very important one. We've got 2 smokes, 3 flashbangs, and a P250 in the hands of JKS, who's been absolutely unbelievable in this tournament. One of the big names so far as they make their way towards B. It's going to be a quick approach here, and JKS to lead the way. He does get through. There's no utility at the start. There's only 1 smoke available on the CT side. Dupree, he'll be holding. JKS just waits for any sort of CT aggression here. Glaive will be backing things up towards the B site. Smoke in hand. And at this point, it's all very quiet, but in towards middle we go. May just defend from the toolbox.
He's got the angle. He's got support as well. Off to his left side, you've got Zipix. Dupree wants up inside of the window. That gives them 3 players to peek to shut them down. Narrow choke point. JKS has to identify that the window's occupied and try and take the stairs behind them, but Zipix, he's running out of bullets, and Gratisfaction is finding satisfaction in the shot in return. JKS still down below. I'm surprised he didn't try and get up the stairs faster, but he does have the post plant and he can hold the flank, and that's exactly, whoa, uh-oh, what was happening? Device, he gets there. Thankfully, the bomb doesn't fall off the ledge and go down to Device's position, because that would have been even more difficult for Gratisfaction to try and work back. He can distract window. Az is gonna rotate back through aircon. And Grat, gone, but it gets information. They're both peeking from catwalk. One at quad, one towards snacks. Az has already made his reveal, but he needs headshots. Reload in, 23 bullets to play with.
Oh, the smoke.
Brilliant. The only smoke that they managed to grab, and they use it defensively. And I say that rather to hold the bomb rather than the site.
Yeah, they've boosted 1 player over towards window as well. This will be very difficult now for Azza. Will he be aware of this? The smoke blocks his vision as well. Bomb's still there. 15 seconds remaining at this point. Looks like he's got almost no chance. He has got a smoke to work with here, but at this point, time is running very thin there. What a recovery from Astralis. It looked like 100 Thieves had the ground under lock and key there. They managed to get so many kills towards middle. Goes to a 4 versus 2, but they couldn't get that bomb planted, and Astralis pick up a much-needed pistol here. It's a bit of a strange map, bit of an anomaly going forward. Not sure which way this one's going to go, but that's Astralis there with a strong start. With no bomb planted, we'd assume the eco is going to be in here for round number 2, because no Kriegs available, but they are going to be force firing with the CZs, the Deagles, and a MAC-10. Great flanks coming in, and it's Glaive finding most of the kills there. Device to close things out. No time available for Azza whatsoever. As I mentioned, force fire coming through. Most teams will favor towards that A site. Zipex holding towards A short. A nice incendiary there just to stop the rush.
Zipix to hold short A. That's the new area you were talking about, the scaffolding that you can run up now. You used to be able to 2-man boost and get an angle towards sandbags. Now you can actually just take the site. Faction gonna get boosted up rather than rounding the corner. Sandbags naded, precaution in place. Device still holds with the M4. Glaive's gonna, is that a flash? Okay, there's a flash this time. I thought he had a nade drawn originally, but it's gonna be a flash that he gets out. That'll buy a little bit more space. Molotov goes on top of it, and they'll extinguish that. No one going towards short from both sides, to be fair. Originally Zipix, and he's still there, was looking like he wanted to push it. He could now. As soon as there's contact, he could actually use this more CT-sided to pinch them in on the ramp.
Waiting for that chance to strike here. Still with 3 smokes. Execution potential is there. Objective, get the bomb down and then see what can be done. Here we go then. Device, he'll call for rotations at this point. Spots the first player coming in, but the flashbangs are very good. The follow-up shot is even better. That's the first kill for 100 Thieves. Now the bomb's going to go down and Gratisfaction gets 2.
Huge play from Gratisfaction, because Zipix was still waiting out towards short. He was going to flank everyone, and he manages to catch him off, rotate around, and now they've got weapons to work with. Just Dupree remaining, and he is locked out. Bomb ticks away, and Dupree starts to pray. He's got one on Azza, and Liaz needs to be careful. So does Gratisfaction, for that matter, but they're chasing. Everyone's going to go after him. Low HP for Dupree, 1-1. Good response.
Very calm and disciplined round there for 100 Thieves. You could see their game plan, try and bleed out the utility from the CT side, get in position, drop the execution, get that bomb down, and it's down to the MAC-10 as well to push through those smokes, find the initial frags, and it's Gratisfaction doing all the heavy lifting at this point as well. At range with the MAC-10, manages to get 2 very important kills. That one on Zipex was everything there. Now, will there be a force fire in response from the CT side? Looks to be the case. We're going to have Desert Eagles, HGs, smokes available here, and we'll see whether they can replicate the former 100 Thieves and now have the Kriegs out, the AKs, and the FAMAS from the CTs. Round 3 coming through, and it's a good headshot to start there as CTs get aggressive towards the B steps.
Satisfaction backs off a little bit after a nade was thrown his way. He puts a self-smoke down to walk wide side of it, and Device is going to peek. Headshot angle. Ooh, Zipix through the wall behind him at Scaff. Good read. I was going to say good peek, but he just figured out exactly the angle and took the shot, found the kill. Glaive's going to do the same. Bomb down, needs to get ready to get the gun. Thought he could smoke himself off. Didn't expect someone else to be that close to the elevator position down below. And now Az is going to try and rotate back. Just to note the elevator position, if you're rotating from the top to bottom, it actually is closer to B at the top, but closer to A at the bottom in the way that it connects to each respective site. So it's kind of a one-way rotation point.
Well, that's why Vertigo's so much fun. The CTs and the flanks always going to be a thorn in the side, but for now, 100 Thieves recovering. Still a 3 versus 3. They get the bomb and starting to make their way towards the B bomb site here. Jacob to lead the way, but they've got to get through Dupree first. He's holding the B steps right now. And they're coming in his direction. Jacob, nice shot. That should be their cue to go. 40 seconds remaining, and they're fully committing towards B. One Desert Eagle waiting for them. That's Zipex. Nice smoke, can't hit the shot.
Shot from Zipix finds Lias. They're trying to respond again, Astralis. Bomb recovered, gets to the site. Device is going to be on the flank. Additional smoke down by Jacob. That'll make things more difficult. Catwalk naturally is the point of access, and he looks with his crosshair in that direction. That gives his position away. 2 eyes, 4 eyes, 2 sets of eyes look toward him, and he will have no access. The incendiary now down.
Yeah, he's got no kits, no armor, no further utility, and 63 HP. Looks like the round is done. 100 Thieves will fend off the flanks there. Jacob with 3 big kills. Dupree, he was the only one that could really save the round there for Astralis. Not going to happen. It's going to have to be the eco going forward now as we go 2-1. Device will save a UMP and potentially a Deagle here as well. Will survive the blast, no problem. Looking for any rifles available to him towards this B bomb site, but nothing there. And it will be a really strong start here for 100 Thieves after losing the pistol, no less. So they can bring out some MAC-10s here. Don't need to go rifles across the board. Certainly don't need the AWP just yet. So Glaive will get given the UMP. Device will have that residual Deagle as well. And will there be some sort of stack, a push? This is a brand new map, essentially. Like we said, this iteration is the first time we've seen it on LAN. See what they've got in mind. No grenades purchased whatsoever. Oh, you'll see a lot of that mid-aggression with the CT, sadly, as ready and waiting for it. Takes a bullet to the face, but luckily for him, it's only the UMP, so he'll get that first frag, no problem.
Device goes knocking in toward the dumpster. You can see the little nooks and crannies. It is a construction site, the unfinished walls that you can throw Molotovs through. That one toward the toolbox, rather crafty, if you want to try and wrap around the corner and clear the angle. That's exactly what Az has done. Watch the boost on mid-box. That's going to distract Az's aim, but he still keeps his composure, and Lias will come out to support him. He finds Device as well. It's not the first time we've seen someone in the teens on a Krieg find 2 kills today.
I was wondering when it'd get in there.
To be fair, it was Stunner that had 15 HP, not Frankie.
Yeah, that's true.
I'll leave it there. I know he's feeling it right now.
5 versus 1, Zipex just the PZ50 in hand at this point. 100 Thieves have confirmed the 3rd round on the board. Zipex at this point looking to maybe just get 1 frag, pay off the debts of his PD50 here, and it's not going to happen. 100 Thieves looking quite comfortable so far, but the gun rounds will begin. Device can bring out the AWP, but he's got exactly enough for the weapon itself, so he'll go for the M4 instead, so it's going to be a difficult round as Astralis limp into number 5 here. 5 M4s, no kits so far. Bare bones utility. Interested to see what they'll bring to the table here. Are they going to try and send heavy numbers towards A at the start, challenge them with some aggression, that scaffolding, or just play a very standard crossfire game? We will see. 3 Kriegs on the T side. Starting to make their way towards the forklift and A ramp.
Device very aggressive. It's because Glaive's got the other side of it, so CT is certainly taking advantage of short more. Glaive's got to be very careful. That's smoke. A misstep, and he's off the map, but he's on the board. 2 to find. Gratisfaction and As I go down. They try and work back up through the inside of scaffolding, knowing that he's wrapped around behind it. But he's comfortable to retrieve position by going all the way around sandbags and back inside of the site. Lias and JKS, just to note, Still down below, have Jacob ahead with Bomb. They've got to get toward him, otherwise, exactly that. Bomb is lost.
That was so clean from Glaive there. You can see there's a nice set piece from the CTs there, knowing they didn't have the fuse kits or the sniper rifles, getting aggressive at the start. Liaz will pull one back, go for the wallbang attempt as well. A little bit of damage there towards Glaive, but he's already found 3 kills. 4 versus 2 now, but that shot looks like it's possible for Liaz. Both team members now trying to make their way towards A still. Minute on the clock, Bomb needs to be recovered, and it's in a pretty precarious position here. JKS will be working with Liaz. And it's getting a bit scrappy now for Astralis. They're still quite combative towards the A side, and they don't really have to be.
It's tough to contain all the angles, but you're right, they could be a little more passive. They can concede the bomb. Magisk is on the flank as well, so he knows they're not going back over toward B. I say that, I assume he's actually upstairs in the lobby. No, he is down below. That gives us the angle we need. Zipix peeking again, good timing. Bit of a risk if you get caught out by it, but Glaive knows that Liaz is rounding the corner, not enough time to do much else. And they do control it. Glaive, I mean, what are we gonna call that? The toilet bowl goes around the outside and then back around to the same position he started. He just keeps circling around the ramp.
You could see that's not his first time with that play. He was so ready for the second kill towards the sandbag position as well. Very nice stuff from him. And the scramble begins to collect the creeps. They get a couple of them. So the flashbang from his teammates there. He pushes through the smoke. You see, Gratisfaction had no idea. Zipex with the flash assist on 2 kills. And Glaive gets his third there, gets the bomb down. Sure, they lost a couple of kills in the process, which is going to be valuable for 100 Thieves going forward. They know they have a chance to shut down the money here of Astralis. This is a huge round in the context of the first half. And right now, much more passive from 100 Thieves at the start. Same position from Glaive, this time with a Krieg in hand.
You talked about before this map, just in private to me, about the smoke that's often thrown to the bottom of the B stairs.
Yes.
Watch for a counter Molotov. I didn't catch it that time if they intended to do so to try and create a gap by causing the smoke to bloom immediately. Because it might be one way to counter off the CTs using it.
Yeah, I guess most CTs will actually throw the incendiary first, just to deny that, and then smoke on top of it once they've confirmed things. But this is a bit brawly now towards the A ramp. Once again, Astralis trying to play heads-up Counter-Strike in that position, but the man advantage lies in favor of 100 Thieves now. Liaz waiting for a challenge from Zipex, but he's playing a bit of an off angle here, waiting for players to walk out towards middle. Krieg in hand, looking for a couple of taps. 1 minute on the clock now. In terms of utility, still 3 smokes for the CTs. As Gratisfaction showing presence towards A, but he's the only player on that side of the map for now.
So they'll take their time on the ramp. Device more passive. I'm astonished to see how much the CTs actually can use this position to their advantage. I thought it was going to work out to be a little more T-sided because it would overwhelm, but you can't get there. The timing is such as you get contained, but now he's isolated. Jacob will put him down. That's going to put the bomb on the site. Gratisfaction will self-boost on top of default.
I think that's
or
it.
Tri-box. What do you want to call that one?
Tri-box is good. We can go with that. But that's going to be the round for 100 Thieves there. Great work to get the man advantage. It was all down to that kill on the A side, but Jacob, he's looking very sharp today. Even on 20 HP, comes in, absolutely obliterates the CT defense, and at this point, it's up to Astralis to save the weapons. As we mentioned, even though they won the previous round, it was still closely contested. There are only 2 players surviving in the 4 versus 2, so their money is going to be a breaking point. They're going to save 1 M4 and a Krieg, but the round goes in favor of the T side here. All cuddling in the corner, making sure everyone survives at this point. Exactly.
Low HP for Jacob. He had to get as far away as possible. He's figured it out. No seismic activity on the 51st floor. Didn't fall off the edge after the explosion.
Well, there we have it. Great stuff from 100 Thieves, really focusing towards that A side. You'll see a lot of that, Matt. It seems to be the more favored side still to this day. It means you have a lot more execution potential. Get those smokes down, work together, try and pincer the site from the A short position. And will we see a force buy here? I don't think so. Looks like the eco for the 3 players that didn't save any weaponry there. So it's Dupree and Zipex. With the Krieg, aggressive towards middle. We said there'd be a lot of this, but Liaz once again ready and waiting. We'll get that first pick, no problem.
Yeah, clever little Molotov to try and hold him out of that position, but yet he heard the steps from Zipex to beat him and was ready for the fight. Device, that's risky. That smoke's got a timer. He's got to be so careful in this position. Molotov's actually going to make it harder for them to get up into the ladder, but he goes on his own, needs to get away, as is the next in line, and that's a little too far, I think.
Yeah, he certainly had a bit of a timer there. Smoke goes down, he gets 1 frag, but that's not going to be enough to win the round just yet. Still got those 2 rifles on the CT side and a couple of defuse kits as well. 1 flashbang remains, but so much time to work with here. 100 Thieves is going with a coordinated assault. Trade out shouldn't be any massive issue for them. They need to make sure they cover Glaive's position, though. They have got a Molotov for it. But back towards B they go, by looks of things.
For me, B just needs one more point of access.
Yeah, I think you might be right.
It's the stairs, which are easy to block off, or you have to battle at mid.
Yeah, squeaky door used to be there, which was actually a nice balance, I thought, because you could actually backstab there, get some mid control, and mid was worth fighting for. Now, not so much.
Yeah. Yeah, if you win mid, you've got window, and you can still wrap on aircon, but you have to go much closer to the A side. Yeah. It's more open. Catwalk and quad Molotov puts Dupree in an awkward situation, has to come out from behind. B try. The default position, bomb going down in that exact spot now as Magisk at least gets one kill back. That brings it back to a 2-on-3 in the post plant in the retake situation. Creed for him, carried over, but JKS has one of his own, and Glaive, I think, will save at this point in time. 1950 for him. It's going to be 5-2 for 100 Thieves.
Well, there we go. 3 players surviving, and Glaive indeed will have to save once more. He's got the Krieg making its way towards ladder. Not going to be many kills available to him. 100 Thieves looking very calm.
I'm not sure if Rushley's observing or not, but if he goes to quad right now, that is a perfect paint me like one of your friends girls moment.
Yeah, that's not bad at all. Well, there it is. Liaz will fall back.
He's going in the corner, behind the box, behind the box. No, yeah, look at him.
There it is.
Paint me like one of your French girls.
Wonderful. Yeah.
It's not bad, just chilling, just hanging out.
Well, there it is. 4 becomes 5. There will be 100 Thieves now with a nice lead on the T side here. It was considered a T side map before, but this is very convincing as Astralis now will take a tactical timeout. They're first of 4. They save the Krieg. They can afford the AWP, but once again, it's on the nose. Maybe Zipex would have to drop it. That's when Device really can come online on this map. He looks very good with a sniper on Vertigo. Normally challenging towards the A ramp, but the money just not there right now. So their aggression before yielded that first victory with the rifles. Hasn't looked as promising since then. The AWP does come out. Dupree to purchase it. He might just keep it himself, considering the form he showed against FaZe on Dust 2. And he's looking to go towards potentially the B bomb side at the start. Maybe anchor alone with the AWP, and then they could focus towards middle and A. Round A coming through. I don't think you'll see many snipers on the T side of Vertigo, to be honest with you. Gratisfaction, a very capable rifler himself.
Home waits this time down at mid stairs. Liaz is already working in from mid. He sits at the top of the elevator just in case they push through the smoke. He wants an off angle. Glaive, meanwhile, is going to win out on Gratisfaction yet again. He's been very good, Glaive, on this A site.
Yeah, he's got an up front position as well, pushing towards scaffolding, baited in by Device. So orders hug in the corner. Device needs a bit more active though. Can't let them check this position. He's going one better than that. Does get one kill. I think they're going to overlook his position here. Lovely stuff from Glaive. He wants to get out of there ideally, but going for full control. 4 versus 2.
Just to note, oftentimes when a new map comes into the pool, the man who steps up first individually on a team is the in-game leader.
Yeah.
I think that speaks for itself. They're usually the ones scouting out the map, coming up with the strategy. Glaive seems like he's got timings, a few little clever tricks up his sleeve, obviously pushing down into that corner. Device steals the aggro. And Glaive does lead the way on 8 kills. Liaz equaling that so far for 100 Thieves.
What a tournament he's had. Really strong stuff from Liaz. Looked like one of the absolute best players on 100 Thieves. For now, though, 4 versus 2, 40 seconds remaining. Glaive has got A completely locked down at this point. Very difficult to retake the A ramp when he's got this sort of position. They don't actually have any utility either, so they might be better off going towards the B site. JKS still fancies it, though, but Glaive didn't spot him. JKS does sneak back towards ladder room now. They really are running out of time. 20 seconds coming up. Might have to go through the B window. I think that's the only play they can make.
Through the window. Dupree is ready for that. Don't forget Magisk is also there. How could we forget? We never got to find out in the first place. Dupree doesn't get them that far. Doesn't let them, excuse me, that far. So another round for Astralis brings us back to a third on their behalf and into the money, but there's lots of money left over for 100 Thieves as well, and they've got to be careful on the Astralis side. We've seen them save a few times.
Yeah.
In fact, 3 of the 5 wins for 100 Thieves have been bomb detonations.
Well then, we do have the double orb setup. As you mentioned, it's been very successful for Astralis in their campaign in this tournament so far, and I love it on Vertigo. We'll see if it works out for them. There's the smokes at the start to take away CT vision, and what's the response here? Glaive will be joining Dupree on the B site, probably initially. He's been so aggressive towards A, he's hoping that funnels him towards the B side, and now he can actually be part of that situation as Vegas will extinguish the flames, and now he has to be challenged, but down he goes. The window shot from Dupree doesn't connect.
I don't really think Magisk had any chance there.
No.
Molotov nade stack, he has to extinguish it. Did very well to do that quickly and not take too much damage from the flames. And then Duke can get the gun ready. They absolutely had his number, and Glaive is well gone now to as a device. And off to Krieg. They talked about this yesterday, even in the 16-2 and 16-0 wins. If I'm not mistaken, it was Dupree that said it. They dropped ops on the CT side, 2 of them, in fact, on Dust 2, to grab Kriegs.
Yeah, pretty ridiculous.
So that seems to be what Device is going to do this time. Dupree will carry one of the ops for now. They don't have a ton of money. Usually, and I think he touched on this as well in the interview, you want to do that when you have a surplus of cash because then you just buy another op. Otherwise, you're throwing away a more expensive weapon and you don't have any replacement for it. You're pointing out something.
What is this boost coming in? That's actually pretty filthy.
Oh my
I've
God.
not seen that one before. I didn't even know this is possible. In the B side, looking towards middle, for anyone crossing towards A. It's not going to work out for now, but that shot will. Dupree, he lands the shot. It's going to go to a 4 versus 3 now, a chance. As he still holds strong, the flashbang successful. They bait out a shot, gives him access. Device drops down, and the bomb will have to be planted. Azza scrambles towards the site. He's got cover from the smoke, and now the retake begins. 2 AWPs, 1 thrown away, of course, and still more boosts.
Just above the smoke, okay. Similar position, however. Device just using the jump to see if he can spot anyone inside of the smoke. Leah's outside on Cat, off angle to watch Bomb, but more so over top of the try box when they arrive. Could get a lineup, a little bit slow, find the headshot. Now they know exactly where he is. 3 players to bait him out. He's got the first. Time's still ticking. Device has the kit. He's in the fight. And he'll get, thankfully, the kill because on the catwalk, you don't want to risk the hit going over the edge.
Well then, it was a 5 versus 3 there, Matt. And instead of capitalizing upon the advantage, grouping up, going together, they slowed things right down, trying to creep their way towards B. And the AWP of Dupree delivers once again. He dodges the flashbangs, enables himself to get in a decent position there, finds the first shot, repositions. I really wanted to see that boost from Device work out for him, but he had the awareness to get off there and back up the sniper just in the nick of time there. And we go 5-4. With the bomb planted, there's still cash available for Under Thieves, but they'll take their first time out of this stage. Round 10 coming up. And the AKs and Kriegs are purchased now. They're going to be gutted at that one. So many opening advantages there, and still can't close out the round. Solid retake from Astralis, grouping up as a 3-man unit, managing to form a stranglehold on the T side. Azza couldn't hold them off at all. Only 1 frag found in the retake, and we'll find a double upset come out once again. A couple of Kriegs in the mix. It's Galil for Liaz. Glaive at the top still, and he's been quite nimble on the map, moving from A towards B each and every round.
Just looking at that, I'll call it installation boost because that's what his roles are. I think it's actually probably better T-side post plant to watch rotations. It doesn't give you a lot on the CT
I've never seen that one before, so that's cool.
It's creative. It just doesn't look at a high, what do we call, high density, high traffic area of the map. So Glaive into battle, but spotted out by Azza. He came back through the flames. Smoke goes down to extinguish the top side of the ladder room, and that gives a bit more movement to Magisk, who will sit back at the toolbox. No one inside B, just to note. I think that's going to become common. CT's not really playing maybe more than 1 and a rotation. Someone in window or someone in mid to
Once
hold
you
that site.
suggested presence on that side of the map and dropped utility, you've had a couple of players there, it's enough to buy you a few rounds. They may not even attempt to go towards B. It's such a tight choke point, as you mentioned. They've got that first pick again towards middle. They're finding great success in that part of the map, but can they close out this round? Once again, very slow after finding the pick and making their way towards A. I think it's a classic execution there. A couple of smokes on the side, Molotov at the back. That would be enough to win the round, but they've got to be careful. Dupree waiting towards A short, looking for that quick pick, then fall back. You see Device boosted once again, this time in the back of A.
Very narrow spot for Dupree, but linear in both directions, and he's pre-scoping it with the AWP. 19 seconds. Zipix on the self boost. He's actually backed off it because of the smoke coming down. They're gonna try and use sniper tech. Instead, Dupree, he caught out Lias. Now we can look back. He knows they've already gone up the ramp. There's no one else to challenge. What a hold from Astralis, and we will tie the game at 5.
Once again, losing the opening pick, but sticking the landing. Astralis, they've got all the tricks. Very, very impressive hold towards A, and 100 Thieves, they need to start picking the pace, and they find these openings. I think they just need to be a bit more assertive. They go right back to their defaults. They go for an execution. It's being well read every single time. Astralis got a real nice setup on either side of the map. They're ready with the rotations. They're looking strong here. Their CT side has really come online now. They won the pistol, but the second round of Force Spy goes against them. They actually lost 6 rounds out of 7, and now 3 rounds in a row for them, tying things up, and will find themselves up against the Deagles. Heated 50 for Gratisfaction, trying to work towards middle once again. This time Glaive of the AWP. Don't see that too often.
You don't see this really at all. Flash has to try and run back. He can beat them on the angle, but just will get Leah's. Thankfully, he was in position. That means Glaive can reset, in fact. Device over on A, not to be confused as to which side of the map we're now on, and he's got the scope in Krieg, not aware that Jacob actually got by and found another angle. It's Zipix that will drop the bomb. Magiska's rotated. Look how quick you can rotate on the CT side. Self-boost position up and over. A little sloppy on the delivery. JKS the shot in return. Zipix again drops the bomb, however, and the rounds wasn't really ever getting out of control. It was sloppy, but not scary.
There was a chance there with the 2 AWPs, I suppose, of those Desert Eagles. One more kill might have been enough to get the bomb planted there, but it will be Astralis now taking the lead. For the first time since the pistol round. Still with the double orb set up, Glaive will hand it back over to Dupree and Device. Krieg picked up for Zipex now. He's got himself 10 frags. He's doing a great job on the CT side so far. 100 Thieves. What's the response at this point? It's working out for them. Opening picks aren't a problem. It's the finish towards the bomb site, so they're not really finding much success. Going to try to go towards B this time, even while Flash Dupree. He'll find the first as JKS going down. And Device, he can see a couple of players here. Great angle. Goes down in the end, but still with a 4 versus 3 advantage. And locked out by the smokes. Jacob will have to fall back and join his teammates. They've got the bomb near the T-spawn position.
You can see how difficult it is to try and be fast on B. Even with that flash through the window, Dupree
Yeah.
has the angle.
Yeah, that was
the
crazy
CTs just
fast.
get there. I was just looking at it and flying around, and the timing to come straight out of T-spawn and straight into the stairs would be too much T-bias, but there has to be a balance there. Jacob, it's traded immediately by Glaive as they get more and more aggressive on the ramp, taking more and more of the map away, and Azza, who was waiting down below the B steps the whole time, will finally start to take the site. Now, Dupree is going to be misled. That gap in the smoke, he thinks he had the information. Okay, he's smart enough to realize there's a chance he still could have snuck by, and as such, positions more passively inside of the site. This Molotov should reveal that they are going to be heading that direction. Time enough they could still go back, but for now, the pressure applied. Incendiary comes out as Magisk gets in position, and Glaive's going to head underneath to try and pinch through them in from the stairwell. Missed shots from Dupree this time. We've talked about his secondary opping. Nade's going to soften them up. That gives Glaive a much better chance. Not even a bomb plant. His timing is exceptional.
Yeah, Glaive is just performing like a beast right now. His flanks have been frustrating for 100 Thieves. He denies the plan there in a promising situation for them. Good Molotovs. They actually flush out Dupree quite nicely. He doesn't get anything done with the AWP at all, apart from his opening pick, which was fantastic, even while blind and the Molotov and smokes were down. Device, lovely shot from up high here. Just about spots him through the smoke, takes down Gratisfaction. Once again, we go to a partial buy here. 100 Thieves were starting to run away with this game. But now CZ's a Desert Eagle. They have got utility though, I'd assume some sort of execution coming through. Utility exchange towards the B position, and Magnus might be caught off here. The CZ at range though doesn't work out. Opening pick this time with the CTs.
Disc not behind the toolbox this time. Clever little smoke, because now Zipix is locked at lobby. And they have to back away from the angle. And I think you're right. I mean, this is a good smoke. They win the battle against Magisk this time, but now that you have to go through that sort of T-con in lobby towards CT spawn, it's too far.
It's too many angles to check there.
I think you open up almost right underneath of insulation. You could put a squeaky door there again, or just sort of an access point.
I don't know why you'd remove the squeaky door, to be honest. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. This is, well, I'm saying this, they can't see it, but this T-con wraparound CT spawn, that timing is too much. That single smoke to isolate that position and then an access point, and it's actually quite a good little strategy.
Yeah. Well, speaking of which, we have got an A finish here. Oh, Dupree going to be called out surely. He does nail the shot. Can he close things out with a 5-7? Not quite. This is looking good now. 100 Thieves with flashbangs that are very effective. Glaive, He's been fantastic so far in Vertigo, but he's going to have to go above and beyond at this stage. Free fires towards a jump spot. JKS going down, and Azza, he's low HP, but it doesn't matter. Gratisfaction will seal the deal there. A victory with the CZs. It was scrappy towards the end, but it's enough. 7-6. Money's still relatively okay for Astralis. You've got Zipex down to 1,800, but some drops can come through. They still have the double orb setup. It's thrown towards Zipex initially, but back to Device it goes. A UMP in the hands of Major Scare Deagle. The Zipex coming to the bookend now of the first half, round 14. Big round. If 100 Thieves take this one, they're pretty much guaranteed the final one. There'll be no money available for Astralis whatsoever.
Ice over the smoke. This corner's a bit of a plinth for him, actually. You can see clearly down toward T-Con, the bridge, I think you're calling it, Henry? Former forklift.
Yeah, exactly. Well, they're getting decent control here. This is much better. Device flashed off, had the fallback. We've seen him boosted here before. It was him to look towards that A ramp, just over the top of the bomb side boxes there. But not together. 100 Thieves just trying to poke and probe towards the A side of the map. Bomb's still down. Liaz been very successful towards middle, but this time Glaive boosted up.
Mid stairs. Boost. So they won't round the ramp. They'll actually get an immediate peek back up on the drywall for Device. And he can actually, he walks out to the front of that. He can actually clip the edge of the orange box and he would be able to see the player that's boosted to Gratisfaction, but the smoke's gonna make that much more difficult. He still spots their heads. Oh my goodness, I thought he was gonna find that one on the Gratisfaction.
Yeah, he vaults up on the bomb side there. Fancy footwork from Gratisfaction does yield a bomb plant here. It's a big round, as you mentioned. The AWP on the retake. It's Glaive going down there once again, trying to flank through. And Zipex only with the Desert Eagle. They've got a UMP for Magus. They might be better off to saving the weaponry at this point. The money is absolutely ruined, and Azza knows it. He's on the hunt right now. Pushing his way towards elevators, and looks like the round is over. Lovely work from 100 Thieves this time. Gratisfaction boosted up there on the ledge, manages to make his way through with the flashbangs, and sure, it was Device that got one, but he couldn't find a second. That was the linchpin of the round. If he nails that shot, it's absolutely theirs, but Grap up high manages to get two very important kills, and we'll find ourselves now going to the final round of the half. They have to save this orb. Oh, two of them, in fact.
So another round to 100 Thieves. I'm just gonna go down. Save the weapon. I think it was just a UMP, but it's the two ops carried over. That's the important guns. It's interesting to see the double op. I mean, you say you like it. It's not a map that I would look at and say a double op makes sense. But
yeah, it just means you can have turrets either side, right? And then obviously you've got that sniper deck, so many boost positions as well. It's been very powerful, especially if you can get the Device set up on the perch, as we said. And if he gets that vision, doesn't get flashed off, he can hold that by himself. But it seems like 100 Thieves now starting to work out to get him out of position as they go quickly towards B this time. The smoke is down. Slide gap there for Dupree. Device trying to find that vision once again. If he gets control of that position, they can rotate a player back towards middle. Doesn't feel comfortable just yet, but the smoke is down. Dupree also feels at the B steps. Not the best position when he's got the AWP in hand. Falls back towards quad.
Slow sneak toward the ramp as well with the smoke going down. Device playing another angle on top of the fence. The spot down into ramp. There's just, you're right, there is a million angles.
Yeah, Navy team looks fully comfortable on this map. There's been a lot of surprises. Device holding towards A short right now. Gratisfaction. Speculative shots, the wallbang coming through, but it's Device in position, taking down Jacob. Smokes off that position, now can focus towards the side, trying to push them up the ramp.
As with the smoke. Closer and closer. Be amazing to pick up an 8th round for 100 Thieves. Be a catastrophe for the two pistols. Double peek. First pistol, first success. Zipex finds it from on top of this site, Dupree. He's missed a few on B. That's been an opportunity, and they've got to capitalize on it yet again. But watch window. There's a flank going the other way. Glaive spotted. JKS turned around just in time as Dupree still waits gun barrel to bait him out, and JKS finally peeks when the flames land at his feet. That will put him in, well, now, a 1-on-2. I thought maybe he could get the bomb and get away, but not around quad in time. Good win from Astralis, just the 2 ops at the start of the round.
Yeah, it was a rough one there for Astralis, but they managed to win out the half 8-7. The double AWP setup looks very effective for them, but it looks like 100 Thieves are well versed on the map. They've done their homework. They're going to have to do a lot of work in the second half. We'll see what happens after this break.
Are you...
On my own, when you spill that rum and coke on my t-shirt, yeah, your eyes made it difficult to get my baby. And the next thing I knew, we were so ready to give in, skin to skin on that baseline. Ooh, you give me that high-pitched feel, baby. We shared a cigarette by East Versailles. The way you looked at me, couldn't say goodbye. And whatever you did to make it stop, 'cause baby, you make me feel something. And the next thing I knew, we were so ready to give in, skin to skin on that baseline. Ooh, you give me that high-pitched feel, baby. We shared a cigarette by East Versailles. The way you looked at me, couldn't say goodbye. And whatever you did to make it stop, 'cause baby, you make me feel something.
Back underway as Astralis take on 100 Thieves. They've got a 1-round lead, and this is map 1. 100 Thieves brought this in, Vertigo.
Yes.
As a bit of a curveball to start off a best of 5.
They kind of had to, really, right? They needed some sort of edge going into this one. And the first 3 maps do include Vertigo and Train. Those are the 2 maps you would potentially say Astralis a little bit weaker on than the other maps. And so far, not so good, I suppose. It's 8-7 in favor of Astralis, but it's right down the middle. Still plenty of time to bring this one back. It's a very important pistol round here. Diffuse kit and flashbangs available for Gratisfaction. In terms of upgraded pistols, we have got a P250 for Device, and he looked pretty remarkable with that against FaZe. You remember, he guaranteed the 16-0 in a 2 versus 1 with the P250. So looking to replicate that form as we head towards mid. A difficult position to do much with. It's mainly for B splits these days, going through the windows, the same smoke we saw before, and Gratisfaction, he'll be taken out of the equation. But they are going to boost. I like this a lot. So you can boost over this smoke and have a look, but Astralis are expecting it. No real shots landing just yet. Good flash.
Great flash. Liaz has been trying to hold this pillar position forever, and the flash means he can't peek. When he does, they're so close, yet still, he cannot find the kills. He gets one. That's good enough for Jacob. To get back into it,
Wow.
Zipix has bailed, abandoned, and tried to run Device. He hears them going that direction. Look at them go. This is pursuit.
Oh, he's hiding in the corner. They could run past him here. They're not going to check this corner. Oh, they are. Okay, that's big. Had they overlooked that, Zipex could have got all
That
3
would have been
kills
the
there.
biggest, like, that would have been one of the best plays he's ever done, and he's done a number of smart plays.
I like that for 100 Thieves, though, knowing that the A side would be vulnerable at that point.
You know what? That was something, I just want to go back. That could have been a situation where if you wanted to get a bomb plant in the pistol, they're chasing him, he throws the bomb off the map,
Yeah, that could have
that's
been
when
cool.
you go back to spawn. Device is close enough, he could have done it, you grab the bomb, you go back to the plant. That's the one time that might have worked.
That's a good point. Well, I like the idea.
He was by the bridge. He could have just tossed it down the bridge, kept them running toward A. They would have kept chasing. Meanwhile, Device could have easily grabbed that bomb, snuck back into B and got a plant.
That would have been wild. That would have been 3,000 IQ. But I like their play from Zipex anyway. The fact 100 Thieves checked it, fair play to them. No plant comes through. It is going to be eco now from Astralis. Just a Deagle P250 looking to make their way towards A, but JKS aggressive towards the A ramp. You'll see a lot of this from 100 Thieves. And then Renegades, we saw them really challenge towards the A ramp each and every time. This time with the SMGs and FAMASs, they're going to have full control. The smoke's down. They've got the opening pick. A lot of damage inflicted. Jacob gets one through the smoke. That's Device going down. I don't think we'll be seeing any plants just yet. JKS looking to farm some cash now. He's got all the space he needs. The flashbang's very effective, and so are the shots. Lots of money found there, and we're going to find ourselves with a 9-8 scoreline, but here come the Kriegs and the AKs in round number 18. The problem is, sure, that was a great round for the Thieves, but they maybe even wanted a player to go down there so he could have a bit more firepower into this next round. 4 MP9s. I'd like them to challenge towards middle. That's where the weapon can be very effective. You've got a lot of run and gun potential with the little SMG there. Push towards middle, try to get towards a T-spawn. That could be a nice, interesting idea, or just more A-ramp aggression. With the utility, they can't sit back and crossfires here. It has to be something a little bit more active at the start, I would say.
Tatum to find the shot on a glaive. Won't get it immediately on the first attempt, but the spray lands in the end, and that gives Device Dupree, though, a bit too much time to get up close and personal. Gratisfaction has to snap back out. He gets Dupree down, but just edge of the smoke. Small gap. That's going to fade out soon, so Azo's going to have vision, but he doesn't have range on the MP9. Knows that Zipex is still getting close. Where did Device get that shot from?
Through the smoke.
Sandbag. Yeah, absolutely right. He's caught out getting too clever, though, as Liez manages to spray him down in the one-on-one. I thought if he came through, it'd be a little too great. He doesn't even get that far, and Zipex has the kill.
But that's still the bonus round for 100 Thieves. It comes down to the 1 versus 1. They farmed so much money in the round previous and that round as well. Get $600 per kill with that MP9. So they've really punctured the finances of Astralis there. It goes 9-9, but they're going to have lots of cash going forward. They're going to have the M4s brought out. I don't think they have the orb just yet, but you can see Astralis coming in with a Galil, a UMP, 3 rifles. It's pretty much the same on 100 Thieves sides with an MP9 and a FAMAS. So a huge round here, swing round on either side. Boosting up behind the forklift, looking for that aggression. We said we'd see a lot of that from 100 Thieves, and once again, it rings true. Spotting the kneecaps there, a little bit of damage inflicted. Device can't quite connect the shot, so towards the A-ramp itself. Oh, down to 2 HP, Jacob. He'll be retreating with his tail between his legs there.
If he still has one. Device still looking for an angle as well onto short, and it's going to be a man running back in the form of JKS. Gratisfaction stays out. Stays out, but he's spotted, and it's a very penetrable position, so he goes down immediately. Zipex with the kill. So mid-take, this is what we're talking about now. This doesn't have enough. That smoke's excellent to isolate sort of the lobby area, but you can't do anything with it other than go through the same window and the same access point toward the site. You can't wrap into the air conditioning room at all, and I think that's the biggest change that needs to be made.
Yeah, such a fascinating approach from Valve to remove the squeaky door, which I think was really a main characteristic of the map. The fact you could get mid-control and then backstab towards the B side. Now you can just go through the window position. That's about it. But for now, Astralis, 5 versus 3 essentially, with Jacob on 2 HP. Holding towards middle, waiting for rotations with 25 seconds remaining. It will be a B finish, and that site's completely open, Max. It's a bit of a gamble stack for 100 Thieves right now. Glaive is causing a bit of a ruckus here. And they're going to plan. That's to be round over. 100 Thieves won't challenge this at all.
Yeah, please challenge Glaive. Even that doesn't go well. So double digits first achieved by Astralis. Bomb goes down. Aza just trying to get spots to see who's going to be chasing for the weapons. Magisk, the closest of which. Zipex might actually get, okay, excuse me. X-ray misleading. I thought he was actually right in front, but he's on the other side. He just goes up on top of the sniper deck. Self-boost, you can go up across the slanted drywall slabs, I guess.
Oof.
find
Nice
the
work.
position. But yeah, Device JKS down. It's just Jacob, the man I thought with 2 HP would be the first to go. Bomb's going to detonate, but there's no time, not enough. Glave's already on the ramp, or excuse me, the bridge down below. He's gone.
Well, they know exactly what Jacob is. He's only got 2 HP. He'll do very well to survive this one. They have got an HE there as well. Dupree just chucks him towards a forklift. The kill will be found. Pre-fire in the corner required. Oh, don't quite get the kill.
Wow, I'm surprised Glaive didn't stay closer. I thought for sure he was gone.
Yeah, me too. Well, there it is. Jacob will save the M4, but it doesn't do a whole lot for them because the money's absolutely wrecked on the CT side. $3,000 for JKS, everyone else on $2,000. In terms of loss bonus, there'll be a third stage after this one. That's $2,400 on top of their 2K. So they would have buy next rounds. They pretty much have to take the full eco here. Maybe a P250 on JKS at the very top end here. But a timeout just to discuss their options. I'm pretty sure that'll be the case. Should be the full eco. I suppose you could force buy, but I don't think that's a very promising avenue of approach. 10-9. Very close here. First time we've seen Vertigo play to the tournament. Expected in the best of 5. Especially against Astralis. They haven't got many weaknesses, but this could potentially be one. But for now, finding themselves with a 10-9 lead on what's considered a T-sided map, basically because it's still in its infancy. We're still not really sure. We don't really have a big enough sample size to really make that statement. Especially on this version. This is the first time this version of the map's actually been played.
Glaive already up at the top of the ramp. He's got a clean access to the site. No one's going to be able to actually spot him until he's pretty much at the plant position. Not that he has the bomb, but he will back off a little bit because he was on his own, and finally the pistols will show face. Dupree, what's he up to? He's trying and get around behind all of them. I take it back. Okay, he's down below. I thought on the map he'd actually already rotated through the ladder, but he's down below at the bridge just to make sure if anyone drops down from short, they'll be ready to be taken care of. Meanwhile, bomb planted for Astralis now on top of A, and Magisk just having a shooting gallery. Knows exactly where Liaz is. Wrap arounds, trying not to lose any weapons in the process. Jumping Glock from Magisk. Okay, that's one way to do it.
First fire as well, I believe. So always going to work out when a player's got like 1 HP. As P250 looking to see if the bomb blast will give him the M4. He knows that's down on the site right now. That's his best bet at this point, I suppose. Glaive will just be grabbing the weapon zone, making sure nothing is sent in his direction. So Azza will still be aware. Let me see the M4 still on the side itself. I can't see it for now, so I think he's out of luck here. There'll be no rifle picked up for Azza. He'll jump back into the site. Oh, there it is. He does find it. So that's not bad at all. Got something out of it. They took an M4 into the round. They'll leave with 1.
I think the bomb would have pushed it that way too. So
yeah,
he
that's what
came around the corner and it was right there.
Yeah. Good awareness, and the AWP will come out for the first time, so the first proper gun round coming in now. JKS to hold the sniper at this point. Will he give it his satisfaction? Doesn't seem to be the case just yet. He'll be open towards the A side of the map. We've seen that before from him. Aggressive usually on the A ramp. Speaking of which, Liaz tries to get the first pick, but flashed off. He'll have to fall back towards B.
Liaz back in position. On unit number 1 for him. He's going to actually switch it up now.
Goodbye, smoke.
Down as it, yeah, it went over the edge. You're right. It didn't land on the catwalk at all. It's going to hit some poor pedestrian down on the street below.
Yeah, that's like, really not ideal.
It's like the penny off the CN tower.
And that smoke would have blocked that kill.
You're absolutely right. And I think as at that point identified that it wasn't there, but even still the opportunity never would have existed with or without the knowledge. So Weiss gets the opener to find at least 1 toward the 12th round for Astralis. Meanwhile, it's back over toward the A ramp. I think this is becoming common. You're seeing a bit of action on B, like you say, and then trying to make the CTs consider it. You go back to where you have the options, but JKS shuts that down immediately. Already up towards scaffolding and rotates back into the site. Smoke down, boost for the op. No, he's going to actually stay on the ground. This is going to be a close quarter shot when they arrive. He makes no mistake on it, takes down Magisk. Smoke will hold the other 2 at bay, but flashed off. He needs to keep his head down. He needs support from Jacob, who's going on to the self-boost, and it's back the other way again. This is actually kind of clever, because Device now has held B site, and in just by the situation working the way it has, in the rotations, he's going to hold this, and they don't know he's here. Pillar to hold at the jump spot at Kangaroo. He'll take down the Australians. Only 1. Liaz. The first gets traded out by Jacob. Bomb not denied.
No.
That's a problem because Dupree still has a chance. Look at the HP.
I can't believe that. The fact the bomb even goes down was surprising there, but it was all down to JKS. They had no utility, no real setup at all to speak of. They lost that first pick, and JKS had to deliver shots there. Gets himself a couple, especially close range on the bomb side as well. That's an audacious position, to say the very least. Hits the quick scope, pushes him back towards B, and you're right, Device there. Ideal position, but he was a little bit overwhelmed there. Didn't quite hold the correct angle. They didn't spot him, but he only gets 1 kill out of position. If he gets a second, I dare say they win the round, but JKS had to hit a quick flick there down towards Glaive. This was the impressive shot, though. Now, Fatty's ready for that. Very impressive scenes as we go 11 to 10. A bit more resources now for 100 Thieves. They can actually approach with their A game. Flashes go over. Jaken with the incendiary. And JKS, same angle as before, looking down towards Forklift.
Yeah, and I mean, you can see the 2 default smokes that are being thrown every round from every angle. First is over toward B. Now, that one did have a gap. So Dupree, I think, maybe got the Molotov out of time to walk in toward the stairs at B. The second one goes, obviously, toward the bottom of the A ramp. That's just dissipated now. So CTs do have a pretty hefty advantage in the early timings. And the smoke just makes that even more powerful, because now with that smoke in position, JKS is able to walk out to this new position and stare down the well.
Yeah, how do you even get him out of this spot? Flashbangs is not really available. Zipex, that's a bit clumsy. He's got the bomb there. Down he goes first, and how do they recover at this point? JKS looks very confident. Doesn't land that shot, though. That's important.
Oh, big kill from Device, because that was meant to be a set trade. They'll still manage it because JKS recovers and finds another, but that could have been very sloppy. That actually could have turned the round completely in favor of Astralis. Bomb still sits on the ramp, though, and JKM is very much watching it this time as Dupree is left alone and on B.
Yeah, this round's done, I'm afraid, with 35 seconds. He can't really make his way back towards the A round to get the bomb. You can see that was quite a clumsy round from Astralis in general. The fact the bomb swings out first, I can see what they're trying to do, trying to bait out the shot, but when the bomb goes down like that, your teammates are forced to try and trade out, try and present themselves, and they're not nailing the shots at all. That's a very tricky position to flush out. It doesn't seem like there's many flashes you can do. There's no Molotovs you can send in that way. You just have to try and face check it. Doesn't work out at all, and that's going to be 100 Thieves tying things up at 11-11 here. 3 players survive. Money's starting to get a bit problematic on the Astralis side as well here. So no Device with 20 frags, but JKS starting to catch him up now. He's got 17. Jacob's had a great showing as well. 19 kills for him, as Dupree will save the AK-47 in towards T-spawn. He can drop. He'll get no money for this round, but he still has 3,600 residual. It's about what his teammates have as well. 5K on Zipex. So do they want to buy into this one now? 1 AK available. Got a flash and a Molotov as well, but it's a tactical timeout for Astralis. Dupree investing a bit more utility here. I would say a partial buy would be on their agenda. There's the Deagles. So some armor, a few grenades here. Dupree, 9 and 13. Not his best showing so far, but he can step up here in round number 23. As 103s look to stabilize. JKS, strong shift with the AWP towards the A ramp. That's such a difficult angle to fend off. I'm not sure how they're going to handle that one on the Astralis side. What do you do? There's no flashes you can do there?
That's a very, yeah. I want to say that position was put in with the intention of the T's being able to take advantage of it and split the A side, overwhelm the defense. The problem is with the smoke that goes down now, the default smoke that goes to the bottom of the ramp, the CTs get it for free, and then it's twice as powerful for them.
Yeah, that's a good point. Well, there's the smoke. They go through the window from elevators of Dupree. Remember, the only player with a rifle this time. Busts through the smoke, and I think that's will bust through his skull. But we're going to find ourselves in a 5 versus 4 very quickly. But Device will pull one back. It's a good shot of the Desert Eagle. Liaz very active here towards B. Wants the second kill for them, but if he gets this one, the bomb goes down. Indeed, he does. AK's recovered. M4 for Device as well. Still a chance in the round here as they get mid-control.
Just waiting for a head to show. Wishing and hoping that Device would push one into his favor, but not to be. Although it is to be for the play, as they still pursue toward the catwalk, pre-fire toward quad, no one peeking it, smoke covering the entrance point. Bomb still working in this direction as well. On the stairs in the hands of Zipic. No flank, just to note, from the CTs. Most times we've seen them try and take B either side. There's been someone hot on their heels. Glaive, most notably, in the first half. Majisk, slow and steady, wins the race. We'll find Azza. Liaz has to drop back, and he's got the Krieg. Gratisfaction, therefore, is going to try and get close with the M4. Bomb inevitably goes down at this point, but Gratisfaction does at least get Magisk. Low HP on Zipix, good hold. Patience pays off. Device has to cover all of them crossing from the same position. Just to note, there is 2 flashes. JKS, oh, good smoke.
Yeah, that should be it in itself. They can start the defuse here. Device, all he can really do is fire through and hopefully deny the defuse here. His aim is on, but Bullet's just not connecting. The bomb will be defused. Just needs to try and drop away now, save the M4. $5,000, but that was a partial buy from Astralis. So the fact they get 2 kills, the bomb planted, they save an M4 as well. Not all is lost, but now 100 Thieves have the lead at 12-11.
That's one of those plays that Device will say, write that down, and Zonic will say, round 24, post-plant, why did they not hit? Because he's going to wonder how his shots weren't hitting there.
It looked spot on, didn't it? I guess it was just behind the bomb side boxes themselves. 5 rifles on the T side, all for JKS still. He's nailing all his shots so far, and they're going to try and challenge that position again. Maybe a little bit quicker this time to enable them to take him down before he gets towards that position that was so powerful before. Boosted behind Forklift, looking for the cross.
Is something that they do, by the way. It's similar to a mark button on data and racing. I know that's more obscure for the viewers, but basically when something does happen, obviously the coaches can't communicate during the time, but they'll say, hey, mark that, and then Zonic would therefore go look at it later for them on their behalf and have a reference so he doesn't have to go through an entire demo and miss details they're wondering about. JKS tries to fire down beside the sandbags. No one up close. You mentioned that as well. They've changed the gap that used to exist on those bags. Nice gap there. Oh,
there we go.
I thought he had the headshot. The Krieg scoped in on that sliver position. That would have been brilliant. It was enough to let them overwhelm Jacob, but here comes JKS back with the AWP. Back into the hole in the wall. Short for the long gun. Magisk will at least catch off Azza, and this is actually a decent play because that forces Gratisfaction to have to work back through lobby. Now we're going to see a flank onto A, and this hasn't even happened. This position hasn't been utilized at all for the T's all game, and now is the first time we might see it come to fruition.
Yeah, but 100 Thieves seem ready for it, though. But just waiting for the ideal time here, and he finds it. That's great. And JKS, once again, will have to be close range to the AWP. He's nailed shots here before, but this time Dupree with the pre-fire takes him down. Bit of an assist there with Glaive on the flash. 3 versus 1. Lias can't even think about going for this one. The bomb's going to be planted. He knows he might as well save the Krieg. It's very powerful on the CT side. That's a great play from Astralis there. Overwhelming the flashbangs, getting the CTs out of position.
Yeah, Magisk wins that round. Just coming up mid-late, just on a whim, thought maybe I can get there. And you're right, the timing was perfect because they were staring at him. They were ready for it. Still peaked it, but he made good on it.
But he was waiting for his teammates there just to show a bit of aggro towards the A ramp. Maybe get the CDs to doubt themselves towards the elevated position. And just when they started to rotate there, Gratisfaction goes to check middle. Magisk ready and waiting, takes him down. And JKS, he knew he was going to get pincered, but he was trying to take one down with him before they would make their way towards the site. Couldn't land the shot. Dupree was ready for it. And it will be a tied game here. 12-12. 3 players survive on the T side. Running pretty weak now. 400 Thieves, but they save the Krieg. Lias can drop 1. JKS can still buy the AWP. I dare say they buy into this. Azza 2,300. Gratisfaction 36. Jacob's low as well. But the fact you can get a JKS all power, you can drop 1 rifle. I think that's enough.
Just to note, Glaive in an interview said at the start of this event that one of the reasons he felt that the team had fallen off was his own personal form. I mean, he's not one of the players you look at to be the star. He's the in-game leader. But yet in this event, where they are potentially back in winning form, he leads the way at 1.48 coming into this game. And obviously, he leads the way in the server for them. Well, I say that. He was in the first half. It's Device that's since gone off. But yeah, maybe he was truth to his point. Certainly was on to something. Pressure applied from 100 Thieves. Relentless toward the A ramp.
Yeah. Not as active as they once were in the previous iteration of the map, but certainly showing heavy presence here. JKS does bring out it all once again. They've got a couple of MP9s to go with it. First shot rattled through the smoke, but that gives up his position essentially. As Glaive will sneak past the forklift. Device with the AWP on the T side now, looking to challenge his A ramp position, waiting for his opportunity. Smoke goes down. Jacobs towards scaffolding, and if JKS swings out, Device will surely find him. Flashbang comes through, that will push them back even further. That confirms it. They'll make their way through.
Fantastic shot to follow up by JKS. Glaive. Hang on, though. I was going to say is in a terrible position, but it turns out it actually isn't so bad because they didn't know he was there. Unfortunately, he couldn't turn fast enough to find Gratisfaction before he was around the corner. And meanwhile, though, Dupree, well, his body will go all the way down. but he at least got one before suffering that fate. And that gives Magisk a slightly better chance, and now a 1-on-2, still with 100 HP to note.
Yeah, but only 20 seconds. That's the main problem here, and the bomb's in a very precarious spot. Gratisfaction should be able to tie things up here. Nothing too flashy required, and surely it will take... Oh, no! Okay.
Run it. Oh, I don't know why he repeaks that. I think he could have still made it back to the site.
Maybe. It would have been very close. I think he would have been there late by a couple of seconds. Or either way, it's going to be a nice crossfire.
Yeah, I don't know all of the timings from some of the mid positions, to be fair, but...
There could have been a chance. He was certainly giving it a go. 13-12, though, getting to the closing stages of the first map of this best of 5, remember. Grand final, and so far it's 13-12. 400 Thieves, the first map of Vertigo, their pick. Rifles around the T side, no awful device this time, but JKS will hold on to his. Been great with that weapon so far. Once again, combative towards the A ramp. Incendiary down to slow down the pace. Flashbangs on either side. JKS once again nails that first shot.
100 Thieves showing why they picked Vertigo. Maybe the curveball, that's what they needed. It's a big risk to pick this map. Best of 5, you go down 1-0 on your map choice against Astralis. That's been flawless. But maybe it is exactly what they needed to get that momentum, to steal one away and make sure that Astralis don't get running like they did against FaZe. They're running in this round, at least, to buy Glaive. Opening kills, and as a result, they no longer have that control of the ramp. JKS is found on the site. Glaive's not done there. He pushes through, and another toward the lobby as Liaz has to back away.
That's insane from Glaive. The confidence he has there with 2 HP as well. That was pretty remarkable. A brawl of a round there. JKS couldn't connect the dots, and it'll be Liaz to save the weapon. This is an expensive round for them as well. You can see they're fully invested into it. Saving 1 M4 this time, not the Krieg, and Astralis have plenty of resources. They're going to save 4 rifles here, but they don't need to hunt. Their money's not great either. Zipex will be checking out the close quarter areas. In terms of Liaz's position right now, currently sat in T-spawn. Much faster approach there. I like that from Astralis. Don't let JKS get set up. Don't let him have full control of the A side, the AWP. Sure, he might get 1 kill at the start, but you're going to trade him out if you send 4 players quickly up towards that position. And there we have it. We're all tied up once again. Back and forth we go, but I feel like Astralis now, they should be able to take the lead. It has to be the force buy from the Thieves for looks of things. They don't have any loss bonus to speak of. Their money was absolute minimum in terms of the loss bonus. That's $1,400 per player coming through. And you're going to be double eco regardless. You've got to save them 4. You have to swing for the fences now. Really don't want to have to force buy this deep into the game. But the CZs will come through. Azat, he'll confirm things. The in-game leader, Jakin, will follow things up with the Desert Eagle. They've got a couple of smokes and flashbangs here. JKS yet to buy. He's their top performer so far on 21. Jakin with 20. Slowed down a little bit in the second half. But Dupree on the AWP now. It's nice to see them having a bit more dynamic setups in terms of, it's not always device to the AWP, you know, it's like Dupree can pick it up in some of these key gun rounds as well and be confident with the weapon. Speaking of confidence, this is confidence in spades. Glaive with 2 HP, making his way up towards the A side, pre-buying all the positions. The flashbangs are there from his teammates, and the force buy comes through. 1 for Mass, 1 M4, 3 pistols. Have to try and get the opening pick here if possible.
Vice, he's staring at the wall, lucky that no one came over top of the corner. JKS certainly playing that ledge, is going to check it the second time, knowing that the smokes were deep. And he gets the shot. Gratisfaction was tagged to 45. That smoke gone, and they nearly got caught out doubly so as Zipex came around the corner with the Krieg in hand. There's a Krieg, though, for Grat, and he gets back to Sandbags. Fair play on the peak from the top, and Azza, CZ 75. Traded evenly so far, but they're going to head back across the bridge. And Liaz is aware of that possibility, heads over toward Toolbox in mid, probably wants to jump in the window at this point in time, but doesn't want to risk making noise either.
Yeah, this is a difficult one. They've lost information as to where Astralis are heading. Up towards the B steps they go. They still have 2 smokes, Molotovs as well. It's very tense here. You can see Kassad looking over the shoulder of Liaz right now, trying to work out if this flank's going to be successful. He's in T-spawn right now, but still quite a distance away from the B site. And same story for Azad. They'll have to keep pushing here as the bomb will be planted. Glaive confirms the quad is clear. So what kind of plan will they go for? They need to be aware that the B-step flank could come through. That's why he'll drop the smoke. Good stuff here from Glaive.
Yeah, Glaive's got the timings figured out. He certainly knows and is aware of the way people want to play this map.
So have they pushed all the way to CT spawn here? If Majors has that position covered, Glaive can really focus towards the B-Steps position. He's a quad right now. And this is everything.
Yeah, this is confirmed. Astralis is definitely one step ahead in this situation. Liaz was stuck in middle, just as we've talked about the T's were stuck and segregated from B. He had to go the long way around. Still, though, he finds the kill on a Glaive Magisk. He turns and responds, 43 HP. Az has got the advantage, smoking a kit, taps it the first time. That's gonna pull Magisk out. Az now knows exactly where he is. No smoke into place yet. He wants to take the fight instead. He will, but time is gone, and Astralis will still pick up 14.
It was scrappy towards the end there, but as long as you get the win on the board, that's all that really matters here. That was the force buy from 100 Thieves as we go 14-13. They saved the Krieg. There is a CZ as well. It's going to be a tactical timeout from Astralis, actually, after winning that round. Want to try and close things out right here, right now. They can't afford to let 100 Thieves get it back into this one. This is a key round now. You can see both teams not exactly comfortable on the map. It's been very scrappy, especially towards that A ramp there. Not clear who was going to win the round at that point. Liaz trying to push towards T-spawn, trying to get the flank on them, but couldn't get the timings right there. And Glaive has been instrumental in the success for Astralis here, dropping the smokes at the right points, making sure the bomb gets down safely there. And Majors, great clutch towards the end, is running the clock down to absolute zero. Even though he went down, the bomb goes off, and that's all that really matters in this scenario. 100 Thieves, I don't know what they do at this point, Matt. They've got $2,000 per player, a saved Krieg, a CZ. Do you let them get map points here and try and bring it back to overtime? I think that's maybe your only option, because the force buy, it will be unlikely to win the round, and that pretty much guarantees the GG if you give it up. You still have a fighting chance in this one. It's unlikely they'll win this round, but the Krieg in the hands of JKS been performing very well so far. Maybe they've got some tricks up their sleeve.
Ooh, they certainly know that they're putting pressure on the corner. Astralis. A few rounds ago, I was saying 100 Thieves looking good on their gamble, but Astralis have other ideas and potential to get map point now. Jacob getting through. JKS the chance to push in, but they've lost the Krieg. He was only good for one device. He found the other.
Oh no!
Liaz, though, has turned it. He's got two on a USP, and now he has a Krieg of his own. They're trying to run the bomb to B.
Oh!
He's going to catch them off. What a tournament he's having. It could be a 14-14 game as Device goes all the way back through spawn to grab and recover the C4. And he's going to head toward middle as well. I suspect he's going to go mid to A.
That's everything. Remember, they lost all their players in the previous round. Astralis now, their money will be broken. 100 Thieves should have this one in the bag. Liaz saves the day. A little bit too aggressive there. Stepping towards city spawn, Glaive thought he found a point of access there, but he finds a crossfire instead. And now with 35 seconds remaining, Device with an impossible scenario here. How does he even get close to the bomb?
He goes A. It's the only option he's got. And Gratisfaction up above. Is he making noise? I think Device has potentially heard a step because he's looked there, spots him. Grat now tries to run back, but Device gets him. Now he's got the round potentially in his hands, within his grasp. No armor for Liaz. Keep that in mind. He's the one that started this off. 3 kills. Aza's on 42, but has a kit to work with as well. As a Molotov and a smoke. Liaz has just picked up a flash on his way across the map, and Device might catch them out. He could rotate around behind him. Does he have the goal to go that far? Because it's a long way to rotate. I don't think he dare get that far removed from the bomb, but now he is. You can self-boost off the slanted drywalls to the sniper's nest, but they're not touching the bomb yet. There's only 7 seconds on that Molotov. Device can still re-peek this. Liaz knows it, but Device this time needs the lineup. He missed it last time, he missed it this time as well. Both times 100 Thieves will get defuses inside smoke.
It was so well played from Device. He did absolutely everything he could, but 100 Thieves efficient there. Using utility, eradicating all the risks on the bomb site. They worked out his position. They dropped the smoke on top of the C4. The defuse comes in, a chance to Device to deny everything at that point. But this is the moment it all fell apart. That crossfire in CT spawn. Maybe overthinking the scenario there. Astralis, they had 1 minute and 10 on the clock, and they fully committed with everything against those pistols. But the bomb planted is still a buy here for Astralis, but they might have given up the map in that round. JKS back on the AWP. That was an eco, remember, that saved Krieg, and a CZ with USPs was enough to topple Astralis in round number 28.
Xyp9x has adapted to the pressure that they've applied on ramp. He's playing far back on top of the railing so he can see above the smoke just to get some information. The smoke now gone as well. A bit more pressure on B now from Astralis, certainly changing things up. The later stages of this half, there's been a lot more B action than The rest of the game combined. Lias, good hold, though, catches one to quad. That's information that he can relay to Jacob, but Jacob smoked off. Cat's completely blinded, and he can't see anything as Lias goes down. Jacob has no chance to respond. He's still going to slide in late, though, and perhaps he's overlooked because of how quiet he was.
What a shot.
He's not now. Loud and proud as he takes down Dupree. Glaive will fall off the angle.
No kits right now, Matt. At 3 versus 3, it's pretty even, actually. Jacob's on the bomb.
They're going to boot. Oh, I thought they were going to boost in the backside, but the smoke down, there's a gap.
We can see everything.
Glaive looks in. Jacob hasn't crossed it yet. He's not going to get to either. Magisk takes advantage of the gap. JK has to respond on a 1. Gratisfaction to hold it. Off needs to hit. Another defuse. No, he's off.
Oh,
Glaive got him that time. Glaive's going to close it out, and Astralis gets map point first.
That's surely it now. $1,400 per player on the CT side into round number 30. It was a miracle. They managed to win the previous with just a Krieg and a CZ. They'll have even less than that now. The gap in the smoke, it was enough for Glaive there. He denies everything. Wow, what a finish. 100 Thieves will have CZs and P250s to try and take us to overtime. Crazier things have happened, but this is looking so unlikely for them. First AWP shot connects, Azidan at 57. Now Astralis just need to be careful here. They don't need to overcommit, no panic required at all. Just hold your position, you've got such an advantage here, even more so now. But JK has to go down first. Zipex confirms the first frag. That's at the A ramp. And that's a big scalp to take, Matt. He's got 25 kills to his name. So now they can put the brakes on. Wait for the reaction, bleed out their utility.
Astralis has identified that the set smoke that they're throwing from spawn to land at the bottom of the ramp goes so deep that there's a gap above it. Something that might want to be looked at from Renegades, because that is exactly how they find the first kill. And you could see Zipex using it last time, too, to hold the position, to hold the angle. And make sure that 100 Thieves couldn't win out duels, which in the first part of this half, they were winning without effort, it seemed.
Yeah. 1 minute remaining. No kits, no rifles, and a 5 versus 4. Astralis with the majority of their grenades here. CZ jumping for information towards B. Still 50 seconds on the clock. Liaison's trying to hold onto that smoke as long as possible, but a damage inflicted towards Grap. And Device makes his way up the A ramp here, but he needs to be careful of the scaffold position.
Satisfaction above, no chance. Through the nade, he was spotted. Jacob down to the same man as Zipex gets 2, and Device already pushing forward. Here's the rotation coming in, just 1 left. Lias is gone, Astralis survived the curveball of Vertigo.
Wow. It was looking like a pretty standard game, but right at the last few rounds there, it really heated up. We had some crazy moments there, Matt. The force buy, or eco victory, I should say, there for 100 Thieves. It looked like it was enough, but Astralis managed to come out on top.
Well, and maybe even a bit of irony. The man that was too scared of heights to climb to the Great Wall was top frag on the map called Vertigo. Impressive stuff. We'll take a break. That's just map 1 of a best of 5 here at IEM Beijing-Haidian.